Alright guys, so we will have this kind of series, Mikhail Tal game analysis, and this is our number one or episode number one. And in this game, Mikhail Tal was losing. It is just, this is Mikhail Tal. The pressure was too heavy for his opponent, and because of that, the good counterattack was missed that supposedly could have a win for Mikhail Tal's opponent. It's Salnikov. It is just, well, let's see and analyze what happened in the game. So Mikhail Tal was playing with the white piece, e4, e6. This is called French defense. And now d4, d5. So there are too many variations to follow up after of this d5. You can go by moving the natural, the classic variation, knight c3 or the knight d2. You can also capture this one, exchange, but or also you can go by pushing e5, which is close or advanced variation. And Mikhail Tal decided, okay, I gotta go knight d2 or Tarek's variation, knight f6, and here e5. So it's now close variation of Taraj. Still French defense. Knight d7, bishop to d3. The idea of bishop to d3 is to make sure the pressure is on the king side. h7. Also after c5, you have nothing to worry because c3 is coming to protect the d4 and to give space for the bishop on d3. So after c5, this is what happened in the game. c3, that is very critical move. If you don't want to miss the center, or if you don't want to ruin your center, make sure your pawns are connected. So knight c6 attacking the d4 pawn. So knight f3 adding more, of course, guard and protection. Capture f6, very aggressive line for his opponent. If you don't like that kind of position where you are exposing your king, you may go queen b6, one of the line, or knight b6, one of the variations too, or lines. F5 is one, but the f6, queen b6, knight b6 are the top three. So f6 was moved by Salnikov here, and knight to g5. So one of the lines here is e takes f6. Of course, if what happened if e takes f6, then knight takes f6. So just moving around your knight, putting in the right direction, and this bishop is now free to go. But Mikhail Tal didn't want that kind of simple game, so he decided to go knight g5, and here his opponent captured f takes g5. One of the best way to deal with this kind of scary knight g5 move is just to capture this one. Knight d takes e5. So two knights or hang. Let's say d takes e5 and f takes e5. Oh, what's the difference? This king has now space to go king d7. Because what happened in the game here was after of knight g5, f takes g5, queen h5, g6, bishop takes g6, h takes, and you can capture the rook obviously if you want to, but queen takes g6 for the continuous attack. Since you sacrifice your piece, make sure your attack is consistent and continuous, or else if your opponent was able to manage to defend well, then you're gonna lose the game. That's very obvious. King to e7, the only good square for the king, no cover, so that is forced. And knight to c4. In this position, black was winning. However, it's Mikhail Tal, the pressure, the nerve, you are dealing with, player without any a little bit of care. The goal is just to keep attacking, and his opponent moved bishop to h6, and it gives a two move checkmate. Let's see, bishop takes. His opponent could have got here king f8, but after all, bishop takes g5, queen g7, and this is a quick checkmate. So let's go back a little bit. So what is the best defense for this kind of position where black was winning? You will not protect this one. Just give it up. Find a good counter attack. You may pause a video to analyze it more, to see and to analyze what is the best way to survive this game. Remember, Mikhail Tal playing with a white piece sacrificed his knight for the attack, but black has a good counter. Knight D takes e5, attacking the queen and giving back the sacrifice piece. Now if bishop takes g5, king has now space and escape, going to d7. If let's say knight takes e5, attacking the now the knight is no longer attacking the queen. Unfortunately, after of knight takes e5, the queen is still under attack. Even even you capture this one, knight takes, it's piece up for black, and the challenge here is this three, of course, pawns, and that is the thing that black should think carefully how to stop the 3 pawns. But in the game, this is definitely a better version than what just happened in the actual game.